everyone, Nathan here from Mighty Lancer Games, and welcome to this evening's stream, Reaper Subbox Monday. And tonight we're going to be finishing this chap from the Knights of the Realm pack from Reaper Miniatures. He's one of the Bones figures that's come along fairly recently. Comes in a pack of 3, and I'm going to be painting this chap up, completing him today, and getting him submitted for the Reaper Challenge League player character category. So we're going to dive straight in and get him finished. So you may notice I have made a little edit between. I wasn't going to mention anything, but I can't help myself. So between last week and this week, a little edit. I realised after looking closer at the figure that this tabard bit here and here didn't have anything up the top end. So I've painted, or realised that this front of his breastplate also has a bit of material over the top of it, and then the breastplate continues down the side there. So I've just touched that in with the blue, the same blue as I've done everything else just before we started. So we're going to crack on straight on with that. And hi Reese, Pete the Priest has redeemed Hat Me. There we go. Oh, this is a new hat. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Hat Me. Oh, sorry. I've just got like overly confused. I do apologise. I was just looking at the chat and I was trying to figure out what was going on in the chat.
Just staring blankly at the screen.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the metal first, because that's the bulk of the mini, so we're going to get that done first.
Are you not going to show everybody your lovely hat? Yeah, witch's hat on.
I can't duck low enough for you to be able to see the whole thing.
Bend that bit down.
You see, beautiful witch's hat, little Mrs. Witch's hat that somehow made it into our box of hats. But more variety is good. Right then, so we're going to do this is what we used as our base coat for this metal before I put the wash on. So this is Dark Star Molten Metals Old Silver. But any kind of bolt gun metal, what is it now, lead belcher will do for this. And so rather than dry brush this on, I'm going to go for a painted on highlight with this. If I can get my hand steady enough. I think that bit's supposed to be a strap. We probably should have done that brown.
Hi Wickedy!
Good evening.
He's got one of his new hats on already, look. So, it's Bank Holiday Monday. What's everybody been up to? Anything exciting?
Hi Moxie. I apologise, I haven't said hello to everybody in chat. Hello to everybody in chat. It's scrolled down so far, I can't see anybody who was there before. I know Pete the Priest there, I know Wiki D's there, I've seen Reese. Hi Moxie. Not sure if anybody else is there. I do apologise if I've missed you. Thanks for joining us this evening. I don't seem to have got a great deal achieved today. I had all sorts of goals of things that I wanted to do while I was at the work today, and not got a huge amount done. I guess my most momentous achievement on today's work schedule was getting everybody's sub boxes posted, and if you normally come and pick it up from the store, it is ready for you, but all the rest of the sub boxes have been posted. hopefully you will like, and we got a unexpected mail collection from Royal Mail today as well, so that means they are slightly more on their way to you than they would have been. Hopefully you'll all like them when you've got them. I'm particularly pleased with the selection this month, and I have brought one of everything home with me, so we can do a poll on next Monday's stream, at the start of the stream, or before. Might do it on Wednesday actually, might do it on Wednesday, so we can decide what we're going to paint on next Monday's stream from this week's box. Give everybody a chance to hopefully start receiving their boxes before we spoil the contents. Might leave it actually. Might leave it till next Monday. I might just have everything ready. Might just have everything ready to go, and we'll do it like first off next Monday. Move my hands a little to the right. Excellent. Thanks for keeping me straight, Wicked D. Was I too far over?
I don't know, I won't watch him.
No, I was too busy concentrating on what I was doing. I tend to drift off to a side.
I've moved the camera, so if you drift off now, you might stay in the middle.
Thank you. Oh, it's me. My paintbrush, this paintbrush that I've been using for the past month or two, or however long it is we've been doing regular streaming now, is finally ready for a trip to the brush cleaner. The end's just starting to get a little bit tired, so I'm going to take care of that over the next day or two. It's just starting to splay a little bit more than it should do.
No, our car's got one of those, Wicked D says, hopefully you don't sway off to the side in the car. It's got one of those beeper things, so if you go over the white lines it shouts at you.
Yeah.
But unfortunately it shouts at you all the time, so if you're going round a corner, it shouts at you. It's like, well, we've got to get round this corner, car, otherwise we're definitely going to crash.
At least it didn't do the thing that the last car did, and try and brake for me as well.
Yeah, but this one's not posh. That was in the old days when you had a proper job and a company car, and you had a really nice car and it used to brake for you. But you found that really annoying, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you can brake yourself because you can see that other car.
I can see our impending doom. I'll deal with it myself. Look at that. It's coming up all right. Oh, I just need to do that elbow and that under there.
Pete the Priest says that he's done absolutely nothing today. Well, that's alright, that's what bank holidays are for.
Yeah.
I have been transformed into a mimic by Little Miss MLG, and then she made a TikTok out of me being a mimic. So, you know, check out our TikTok and you'll be able to see me being forced to become a mimic. I've also been a Stone Age turtle today, because they were doing about Stone Age at school, so everything is currently Stone Age, and that involved having my shell, which, can I just point out, is just my back, pummeled with stones, because a turtle's shell is very hard and can't feel it. I'm like, but I can feel it. Yes, but you can't because you're a turtle. It's like, I guarantee you I can feel you hitting me with those stones. So that's been my bank holiday.
Super fun.
Super fun time.
Stupid paintbrush. No. Gonna persevere with this one until I rinse it out in a second. Oh, I know I am. Let me just sort that out. Getting notifications.
Yes, he
that
hasn't
people are
turned
walking
the
past the shop.
hasn't turned the noise off on his phone, so the cameras are shouting at him because it's quite busy in town still. Look, you've got a new hat, mate.
Oh, I have to select one.
Ooh, what new hat can we have? What about this one?
Well, that doesn't even go on my head. What is that? That's not going to work.
No, you have to have a hat on.
Ah! It's squashing my brain. Are you pleased with yourself?
Yeah.
I like it. Right then, so we're going to move on to a slightly brighter silver. So that was old silver. Now we're going to use pewter. Somebody told me the other day. I don't know whether that is. I've never tried it, but apparently you can polish these paints. So these dark star molten metals. Apparently you can polish them
Oh, you
To
can
it.
polish something else that was stopped
to
as
a
well.
high sheen.
Oh, what was it? I remember writing it in the description, but I added it to the website, so it can't have been that long ago. Maybe it was the Insta.
All right.
You can polish theirs as well.
Don't know. Okay. Right. Let's.
So what else you extend?
Ooh, I don't know really.
Naz is in the house. He says, "Hi everyone.
Hi, Naz.
Nice painting cutting."
Thank you. What I guess I haven't really got a great deal of new news to tell everybody. We've got a restock of Earthix models hopefully arriving tomorrow for anybody that fancies building planes, boats or tanks. Some Airfix arriving. GW should arrive. New Sisters of Battles go on pre-order on Saturday.
Have you heard?
Yeah.
Star was asking.
Sisters of Battle
Or is that not the thing?
pre-order this week. Yeah, no Age of Sigmar news. I did get a phone call from GW this afternoon asking about the Sisters of Battle. So the one thing that I can tell you, there is going to be some new dice that go with the Sisters of Battle release, which I don't know, they look quite fancy. They are just dice, but we are once again getting extra. I think last time we only got one set of the Sister of Battle dice when they did some, and this time we are getting similarly poor numbers. So if many stores will probably only be getting one set of dice, so they are going to be an extremely short supply.
What are you supposed to do with one? Sell it to one person.
Yeah, raffle it or something. I think it's crazy. That's the only thing that they're like limiting availability on is the dice. And yeah, we're getting hardly any. Again. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So it's only some dice. It's not like we can't get the models or anything. It's just dice, and white dice are easy to come by, aren't they? So, what else? We've, if you're a Legion fan, we've got some new. Or new to us, not particularly new, but new to us. They've been out of stock at the distributors for quite some time. Phase 2 clones, they'll be coming to the website tomorrow. This evening, after we've streamed this evening, and I've got my
Hi, Johnston.
Good evening. After I've got my RCL submissions done, I will be ordering the next couple of months worth of figures for the sub boxes. So if you have any special requests, I can't guarantee that I will acknowledge them in my ordering, but if there's anything that you would like to see in the sub boxes in future, or style or whatever that you would like to see in the sub boxes in future, then by all means suggest those in chat, and I will try and take those into account when I'm looking at my listings later for future months. I have already mapped out the June, July and August's boxes, but anything that comes after that. Pete the Priest. Pete the Priest says marbles. I think it's a bit early for marbles.
That's because I think
That's because Moxie says the dice could be a marbles price.
I see. And what made me laugh was Naz saying it's not as if the dice are cursed. City. Yeah. Right, let's do this axe blade. So I didn't do the axe blade with the darker metal. I wanted to go straight into the lighter metal for the axe blade. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some Vallejo silver to be the very tip of the blade.
Do you want to take your cutting circulation off hat off?
I would, yeah, because my head's getting quite warm.
Warm? It's not go on your head.
Alright,
Go on your head.
my forehead is getting quite warm.
You've got a nice mouth.
Have I got a ring? Missed a bit. Right.
Pete says you got to hydrate.
Oh look, see,
Now you've stretched, you can see your t-shirt.
Yeah, that's...
and your posture check t-shirt.
I can't see the chat very well with these glasses. Just tea this evening. Nothing exciting, I'm afraid. Just green tea. Right then, how's he looking? That's his frock. It's called the surcoat. Thank you very much. I'm going to highlight it next. Actually, that's the next thing that we're going to do. Get a little bit of our Reaper Ice Blue, which is what we used for it, and then we put some quite an old pot now, but some Citadel Azurman Blue over the top of it. And now we're just going to pick it back out with the original Ice Blue. This brush definitely needs some,
Why are you using a brush to do
It's-
complaining about?
because it's more fun to complain.
It's not.
I'm gonna wreck it now. This Circo was looking at it. We'll wreck it now with a highlight.
Oh, you could just not.
No, I'm doing it.
Have some faith in you because
super? Yeah. Definitely. So I was thinking, when I first undercoated this chap, I was thinking that maybe I might pick out these this little band around the bottom with a different colour, and then I think that's possibly a little too adventurous. Also had some crazy ideas that I should maybe paint a pattern on this coat, but then I thought, like, that's also... I haven't got a steady enough hand, although it would look cool.
Wicked D says, was that your knee again, Mrs. MLG? Well, you mean that massive bang? No, that was the orangery roof cooling down, because it's been warm today.
We don't grow oranges in our orangery.
Well, we're just so used to it, you see. We don't even register that it happens anymore.
Yeah. Nothing.
Giggle to yourself and not...
Of course I can.
No. Redneck one, what's that? Redneck one.
I'm not sure. Unless it means that they've got a red neck because it's been something. I don't know. I like this jazzy tune.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that to make it sound so you're not charged?
That it is, yeah. I was just concentrating on painting the blue and not messing it up.
You see, we haven't got a lobster tan because you've been inside all day.
Yeah.
And I've been inside for most of the day until I had to be a Stone Age turtle outside, and then I had a blanket over me, obviously, for my shell, so it was fine.
I do burn extremely easily though when we do go out in the sunshine.
Yes, burns extremely easily and doesn't take care of himself at all.
It's because I'm a massive child and I need looking after.
This is true. This is true. We were in Egypt once a million years ago, and you didn't put any sun cream on, did you? Because you're a massive child, and I, silly me, thought, well, he's old enough to know, but no, he hadn't. And it was a bit warm.
I got some blisters. It was alright, we had a nice time. So long as we didn't go out of the hotel. Right, that'll do. That'll do.
Yes, you wanted to go and see the architecture. We went to look at the architecture, not to the party places that people go in Egypt. And you wanted to go and see all the
How does that
all the nice stuff, didn't you? So that's why we went.
I don't know. You waved it around and then chucked it on the floor. Still waving it around.
I know, I'm trying to hold it in a rough kind of position. That's looking alright so far, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So you do.
Let's do the leather. How are we doing with time? Oh, look, we've got loads of time. I was worried about running out of time.
So, what is everybody in chat thinking about the next month's Reaper Challenge League then? Are we all looking forward to it? Get to pick our own paints, don't we, this time for limited palette?
Yeah.
Which I'm a bit scared about, really. And companions, I think, is the theme as well. Naz says, ooh, very nice. I did the Nile cruise many years ago and that was fantastic. Jaw-dropping, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
I think we didn't go on the Nile, did we? Did we go on the Nile?
No, we drove past it.
We drove past it. I don't think that really counts, though, does it? Wicked D can't find one for the theme. Why not, Wicked D? There's loads of stuff you can use. Anything that would accompany something. Anything that you would say was a companion. Can be there's a guy that's fully laden, isn't there? What's he called?
Oswald the Overladen. I was thinking I might do him.
Because he's like carrying all the stuff for the party. Or you can have animals or familiars. There's loads of animals and familiars. Come on, Wickedy. What are your thoughts? What would you like to paint? You don't have a clue what is Pete the Priest? The Reaper Challenge League or the Nile? And Moxie's looking forward to it.
Awesome. We didn't go on the Nile, but we did go through the desert in like off-road buggies. Yeah. And we saw the sunset.
Oh, that sounds romantic.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And they took us to a dodgy, like, allegedly authentic, like, Bedouin camp where they obviously expected us to buy stuff, which we didn't.
Oh yeah, they'd obviously not met us before. We don't do things like that.
And invited you to smoke all their hookah pipes and all that kind of jazz, which we didn't do. But the driving the beach buggy thing through the desert was cool. That was pretty fun too. Like, it was you and your partner were in one, and there was like a whole convoy of us. That was pretty cool. One of them got stuck, didn't they? You don't remember it all?
Oh, sorry, darling. I have no memory. But you know this already. I know we went. There's pictures. There's photos of us there, so I'm pretty sure that we went. And we did the silly thing where you hold your hand out and the pyramid looks like it's on your hand.
Yeah.
Pete the Priest says the Challenge League. Doesn't know what the Challenge League is. So the Reaper Challenge League is an event that Reaper Miniatures run. And we all get involved in because we think it's fun. And there's information on our Discord about it, Pete. And every month Reaper set a list of challenges, and you paint Reaper miniatures and you enter them in. There's no judging or anything, and you get points. And at the end of each quarter, so this quarter will be at the end of June because we're in the second quarter, then all your points make up and you can buy raffle tickets from Reaper and win certain prizes. But we use it as a way to help us decide what we're going to paint and keep us painting and inspiring us to do stuff. But if you want to know more, then just come and ask in the Discord and I can explain it maybe slightly more long-winded. And you can get involved if you want to, because anyone can get involved.
And you'll find that quite a few, not that I actually did it on purpose because I peeked them ages ago, but quite a few of the figures and what have you out of the sub boxes are ideal things for you to do for the Challenge League. And also if you were looking for people to do, one of the categories is a duo and another one of the categories is a trio, where you paint miniatures, the same miniature as somebody else, and then you submit them all together, and you get more points for doing those. I can't remember exactly how many points, but if you are a Subbox subscriber and somebody else is, then you definitely have the same mini to paint if you are looking for a duo or a trio.
Because you're doing it this time with Crafty and Moxie,
I believe so, yeah. Right, I'm just going to paint this red jewel here, or this jewel here. I'm going to paint that red. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of Vallejo, just flat red on there. Just because I want that to stand out a bit more.
That's my
Epic fail. I've gone over the lines. on over the edges. And we'll paint the gem, and then I'll come back and I'll paint it back around the edge after. So I'm just going to paint it a good solid red because I want it to be nice and fancy, and then if I can get it while that's still drying, we're just going to put a tiny little blob of orange just on the end of that, so it looks as if it's got a little bit of a glow to it, and then we'll put an even tinier bit of white on the top side, so it just looks like a little bit of reflection. I'm just going to use some blazing orange, far too much on the brush there. Tiniest little bit on there, like that. And then when you get my super dinky brush out, just put a tiny little speck of white on it. Got some white here ready. Yeah, how's that look? Oh, that's too white. That's too white. We're gonna have to.
Well, it's white.
We're gonna have to sort that.
You
Just get some very thinned down orange.
So we have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, a website, and now apparently TikTok. So we've all these things, and YouTube. Is there anything particular that anybody would like to see from us? We've got loads of stuff on the YouTube channel, loads of unboxing and how-tos and painting and everything. But is there anything that anybody actually would really like to see us do? And we'll see if we can sort something out.
TV.
Mighty Lancer TV.
Yeah, BBC Sky. You've been in the Telegraph. Was it the Telegraph? Was it the Telegraph? Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening. Telegraph.
When
When?
you were listening, what the newspaper?
Oh, right.
What newspaper were you in?
Oh yeah, it was the. I don't know. Was
If
it?
he says the Telegraph
the
now, I'm gonna
Times?
hit him. Oh, it might have been the Times. Yes. Yeah, I think that sounds better. I think that sounds more. I don't read a newspaper, you see. You were in the Times, weren't you, sweetie?
Yes, I was. Yeah. Talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
And we've been on radio.
Yeah.
And the old shop, the first shop we had, was actually on TV, but in the background. And the old shop we had before now was actually on TV as a feature on BBC radio and BBC Humberside News. Look North. They came round and they filmed in there. See, so we've been on TV, Pete. Not Sky, but Look North. For good reasons, though. Wicked D wants to see you doing some bases. What kind of bases do you want to see Wicked D? And did you see the lava base tutorial that Tony did in the Discord?
No, I'm not seeing anything. Tony is an incredibly talented painter. He's definitely got a lot to teach us, I think. Hat me! What is this? Awesome. Bunnies. Yeah. There we go. Right then, so we've got a little bit of shiny silver. Just put a little on his faceplate so it looks like there's a bit more going on. Oh, well, he's right about there, I think. Let's see if we can just get a tiny bit of this silver edging on his buckle.
Pete the Priest says that's the best hat so far. Definitely suits you, sweetie pie.
You think?
Wicked D says, just any sort, just how to create them. And yes, so the lava.
So, what I'm going to do, Wicked D, just for you, is while I decide what else I'm going to do with this chap, I'll show you how I do my bases on this guy, I think. If you think that would be helpful. So I like to paint most of the figures that we've been doing on stream and what have you with a fairly plain stone base. So it's dead simple. Most Reaper figures come with this kind of like ready textured base on, but imagine if you were doing a completely flat one. We'll come anyway. I'll show you what I do on these. And then we'll create a little video where I show you how we do other ones that need some texture. So I'm going to start off and I'm just going to use some stone grey, Reaper stone grey.
I don't think you could see that.
Could they not? Can you see that? Is that better? Some Reaper stone grey. This is the base coat that I use for all my figures, RPG figures. So we'll just paint that on all around his base. In fact, I'm going to pop him out of the holder so I can hold on to him a bit better to do his base. So just paint the whole foot area with some of that. I feel I should do something else to him to make him like a bit more interesting.
You really just painted him grey?
I'm just doing his base.
Grey. Just grey.
Yeah, currently. This is step one.
You just said I think I should do...
No, to the figure itself. I feel like I should do something else to make him a little bit more interesting.
Why?
I don't know. Because normally we have things that are like a bit more exciting, don't we?
Well, it's a night. How much more exciting do you want to be?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable like trying to hand paint something on his surcoat, but
I think it's
okay. Right, so just very carefully around the edges of his feet. Just get that grey on there. Now what you might be able to spot here is right across the middle of his base is a mould line that I've completely missed earlier on, but I'm not going to worry about that too much because we're going to try and disguise that as we work through the basing. So I've cleaned a couple of mould lines off the figure itself before we started, but I've missed that one on his base somehow. But we'll try and hide that as we work through. So we're just going to put, so that's a kind of a base coat all over the base with stone grey. So I'm just going to put him to one side just off the painting mat, because that paint, you really want to put him on top of a surface that you're not too worried about, because the edges of the base will be wet, and then you'll end up with a nice ring on whatever you've sat him on. And as you can see, this green area that we've got here is a little cutting mat, and it started off perfectly clean, and somehow I've blobbed on it here and there, because I'm a bit of a messy painter. So if you look at the area underneath that, you can see this is my normal work area. I try. Right.
He's very trying.
Right, so while he's drying, I'll just explain the next step. So here I've got a pot which has a mix of Citadel, Null Noil, and Agrax Earthshade. So Null Noil is black, and Agrax Earthshade is a dark brown. And what I've done is I've mixed them both together to make like a really muddy, like brown colour, which is really dark. And this is like the next step that I use for, again, all of my bases. So I'm just gonna have to wait for him to dry. See if I'm blowing him a bit.
Surely you have something else.
Have I got anything else?
What are you?
That's painted the right colour.
What are you trying to look for?
I need something that I've painted with stone grey. Oh, look, while I'm waiting for him to dry, let me show you. I've painted this. This is going to be my new release for the Reaper Challenge League. This is my Elven Gazebo, and you can see that the floor area inside here, this is how I've used the same method as I'm going to use on this jar, on this base area for this thing, so it looks like stone. And so this was a really simple paint. So stone grey for the bottom. Painted these sides with in fact they're very similar colours to what I've painted this night with. So this area and all the top, I started off with the old silver, and then we gave it a wash all over with Null Noil, and then I dry brushed it with pewter, which I can't see, I've put it down somewhere there. Dry brushed it with the pewter, and then dry brushed it again with the silver to get this nice kind of light colour, so it looks a bit tarnished in the recesses. And then the base, we've just dry brushed that up from the steps I'm going to show you now. So there we go, that's the thing. Oh yeah, do you want a game of marbles while I just wait for this chap to dry? Nobody's talking to me now. Mrs. MLG has queued marbles up ready. Pete wants to play some marbles. Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do... yes, yeah. We're going to do marbles. So what I'm going to do with Wicked D and anybody else that's watching, so while marbles is on, I'm just going to paint this Null Oil Agrax Earthshade mix all over this base, because that'll take a few seconds to dry as well, while we get some marbles in. Oh, sorry. So, I didn't realise everybody could still see me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to paint this all over his base here. And it doesn't really matter, well, I suppose it does matter if you get it on his feet, but if you run up to the edges of his feet, that's not the end of the world, because all this can do is make the edges of his feet a little bit more heavily shaded against the floor, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Help him stand out a little bit more. So
exclamation mark play if you would like to play. Exclamation mark play if you would like to play. Exclamation mark play if you want to play. Okay. Right then, here we go. I don't know what this one's like. And equally can't remember. God, you are noisy.
sorry, I needed to move.
Here we go. Whoop, whoop. Oh dear. Oh look, we're winning, yay!
Now we've fallen off.
No, we haven't.
Oh, we're
Oh yeah, okay, we have. That's you. You did that. You made us fall off.
Why did that make us fall off?
Because we were fine before you said that. Wow, you're going to go in two different directions. That's not helping me. Oh, Pete. Pete, where are you going, Pete? Oh, I think you've missed the start, Fizzy Whistle. Come on, everybody. Come on, get past those things there. Nobody wants to get stuck on those. Oh, Wicked D's and Pete the Priest and Wicked D are having a race all on their little lonesome.
Oh, Chunkster's in a close.
This is our Chunkster. Yeah, I don't think you understand how this works.
No, I don't.
Whoop! Across there. Oh, look, how am I going to track this? Come on, Wicked D. Come on, Pete the Priest. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Oh, you've gone separate ways again. You get bags.
What? This course is massive.
Oh, my God. Who's going to go around first? Oh, Naz is first. Naz is first. How's that possible? You're not first. I can see you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, I don't know, but you're not helping.
No, I know.
I'm trying to do everything.
Yeah, sorry.
And you're just sitting there
So
with your bunny ears still on that no one can even see.
Yeah, Wicked D's going to win.
Do you think?
Yeah, Wicked D's going to win it. Oh no,
Whoa,
Wicked D's
where's
fallen off!
Chunkster? Where's Chunkster? Oh no, Wicked D fell off!
Ah,
Well
Wicked
done,
D's.
Pete. Well done. Does anybody want to have another go? Oh. How did I jinx you? That's...
No, it was me because I
you.
said that Wicked D was going to win. And
Oh
she
yeah,
fell off.
definitely your fault then.
Sorry, Wicked D.
Not taking any of those. Not taking any of that.
Yeah, let's have another go.
Right, one go then. If you want to join in, I don't. Yeah, just press exclamation mark play to get in. I know there's not many of us today. Bank holiday, is there? I know, Naz, you were doing so well and then you fell off. Exclamation mark play.
On your marks, get set, go!
Well, at least wait for it to be. God, you know. It's a good job you're not a commentator, isn't it?
Yeah.
Down we go.
Chunks in the lead. Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
The yawn monster got me.
Yeah.
Pete the Priest is going to win.
Oh, that's it. Jinxed you now, Pete. Jinxed you. Oh, you got to bounce. Got to bounce.
What's going on here? It's like...
You ready? Padoing. Oh, come on, Pete. Yes.
Yay.
Come on, Fizzy Whistle. Chunkster.
Ooh, Fizzy Whistle only just made it.
Ooh. Oh, come on. You can do it.
And then we're into... Oh, what happens if you don't get into that track?
What track?
You get stuck down the edge.
Like us?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's rubbish, isn't it?
Come on.
Fizzy Whistle's in the lead, closely followed by Pete the Priest. Pete the Priest
Oh, you two
snuck
are
in.
proper race, Fizzy Whistle and Pete the Priest having a proper race there. There's Chunkster, Giddy. Are we all gonna make it? Are we all gonna make it?
Yay!
Come on! Oh, come on, Pete!
Oh, Pete the Priest falling off!
No, Pete!
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, we've
Fizzy
fallen off
Whistle's the
too.
winner.
We've fallen off too.
Oh, Wicked D's falling off as well.
Oh, Wicked D, you're not having much luck here, are you?
What's going off? Oh,
Well done,
no.
Fizzy Whistle. Fizzy Whistle, that's right, isn't it?
Well done.
Alright, I'm going to come back to you now.
Okay.
Well done.
Can you possibly deploy the hairdryer for me?
What?
Well, because this wash is going to take a little bit of
I'll do
time
something
to dry.
else.
Okay. So, here we go.
Here we go, here we go.
I'll just show you. So this is, I've washed it all over with that mixture, and you can see it's settled in the recesses, as you would expect a wash to do. So we're just going to wait for that to dry, because it's a bit fluid at the moment. What shall we do next?
What about your thing over there? What have you got to do to that?
Got the temple.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go grab that. Let's whack a bit of
We've
paint
got
on
some of
this
these as
stuff.
well now, haven't we?
We have. This is the ruined temple from Aretha. I can't remember the code because it's like pretty new. You'll see here, this is like quite a rough dry brush. This is going to be the base for my diorama. That I've been thinking about doing for ages. I need to pull my finger out and do it.
Yeah, you do. What's it called?
Ruined Temple, I think. Pete the Priest would like now.
I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
$15.99 hour price.
$15.99 at Mighty Lancer Games prices. So it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but it is a nice solid lump. It's quite a decent size. Just going to get a brush load of stone grey, and then we're just going to build up some of this highlighting on here. Just knock the camera, do apologize. I wasn't, but I am now. There we go. I'll stick it on the table and then I can't miss, can I?
So how many coats of grey are you putting on?
Oh, loads, because I really want to build the colour up, make it look not black. So we're going to put plenty of layers of grey on this, up to a quite light grey, and then I'm going to wash it all over with some like sepia brown colour to make it appear like it's been left for a long time, and might even stick a little bit of vegetation on it
Oh yeah, that'd look good.
so it looks like it's overgrown with time.
Some moss and stuff.
Yeah,
Lichen.
some mossy bits and lichen, and if I can figure out some vines or something to drape over a couple of bits, that'd look pretty cool. Oh, help me! And then there's going to be the knight fighting the troll amidst the ruins. Thought that'd look pretty funky. It's been years since I've made a proper diorama, so opportunity to do something pretty cool. Got a few things to get painted this coming month for that I've come up with the ideas for the RCL. So I need to finish my Copper Dragon that we started on stream. Need to get my act together and get that sorted. Had a bit of fluff on it. Sorry about that.
Got a question for you.
Oh yeah.
Naz says, that reminds me, are you getting more gamers grass in?
Now then, there's a question. I wasn't planning on it because we've discovered that Vallejo are doing a really nice range of tufts with some different coloured stuff in. So I was going to stick with the Vallejo range because they are much more freely available rather than the Gamer's Grass. Although the Gamer's Grass does come in larger pack sizes. And when I do the base for this night in a minute, I'm actually going to use some Gamer's Grass tufts. So I guess we maybe should see if we can get hold of some. But I can only get them from one place. And they don't always have vast amounts of stock. But I guess we should get some. So we're going to use some tiny moss 2mm tufts, which I really like because they're super small.
Yeah, I really like the tiny ones. You can do much more with them, I think.
Yeah, so we're going to use some of those. And it's like a bit reflective, but we'll take them out when we get to do it in a moment. How's he doing? Still got a little bit of drying to do. move some more. If we get some more in, is there a particular pack or whatever that you would like? Because the range is quite extensive. The packs of flowers and things always seem quite hard to get hold of.
So you've got quite a lot left to do for your quarter challenge for the Reaper Challenge League, haven't you? Are you taking part in the large group with the pirate theme that we've got going on?
Yeah, that's one of my challenges. So I've got a few things that I've kind of left and need to get finished this month. So I've got the pirate, got that to do. Got my diorama here. I've got my large monster, the copper dragon. Large model, not large monster. I keep saying it's large monster. So I've got that to do. What else was a quarterly challenge? Can't remember. I'm not doing the pagerama. Can't remember. Throw some challenge names at me.
I don't know. I've done all mine.
Oh, the bust. I need to do the bust. I've got one.
What bust are you doing? I can't remember.
I'm going to do the Spellcrow Orc Bust. Which is just
that looks pretty cool. I like that.
Just out of range.
Oh, as if you're not going to show everybody. Wicked D says, what date does the pirate need to be in by? So the pirate, we're doing pirates. It was our choice as our little group to do pirates, and that is for the large group of 4 or more people for this quarter, and this quarter ends at the end of June. But it will be maybe the week before the end. Reaper haven't told us the exact date yet, because they tend to end a quarter slightly earlier because they've got to get themselves all the points added up and everything like that, and all the raffle tickets sorted and everything. So they tend to give themselves a little bit more time, which makes perfect sense. I mean, like, it's massive. They've got a lot to do. So it's normally the week before the end of the month. That makes sense. But Reaper will tell us exactly when soon. So basically, you've probably got maybe 3 weeks we could do for the pirate.
Oh. I think, Naz, but I can't say for certain, but I think, judging by the pack style of the Gamer's Grass and the Vallejo one, that I suspect they are made in a very similar factory.
What are you going to show us there?
So, here I'm going to show you the bust that I'm going to paint.
Do you want me to take it out while I do this?
Yeah, if you can wrestle him out of there.
Yes, Roxy. Where did you go?
Oh, he's still wet. He's still wet. We'll have to do a bit more. On here.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Super. So this is the bust that I'm going to paint. This is a Spellcrow Orc, and that's too dark, I think, for it to focus on. Just trying to get him to focus on this thing. Ah, there we go. This beautiful orc warrior from Spellcrow. This is the chap I'm going to paint, and so I need to get him finished before the end of the quarter.
And do we sell that, Madame?
We do indeed sell this, and it's very reasonably priced, if I recall. Mrs. MLG will.
Will I really? You know, I never get to pay it, do I?
Of course you do.
You.
Oh, lost teddy bear emergency. Well, we'll let you off then, Moxie. We might fit one more game of marbles in if everybody wants to play.
Yeah. Well, I've never painted any busts before Naz either, to be fair. So this will be the first proper bust that I will ever have painted, I think.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I can't remember ever having painted one before. So, need to get on with him. But, so what we're going to do this week, I said that we're going to paint some brass scorpion later on this week, but I do need to crack on with some of my RCL stuff. So, I think maybe tomorrow night I might make a start on my pirates.
Oh, are you going to tell everybody which pirate it is?
Yes. So the pirate that I'm going to paint is Maria Roseblade, and she is a Reaper figure that is no longer in production.
Oh, there he is. £17.75.
£17.75, Moxie. It's quite a nice chunky model. Take my hat off. Super. So yeah, Maria Roseblade is a little diorama looking scene of a pirate lady. She's a large scale figure sat on a beach with a treasure chest and a little monkey and a parrot and stuff. So I'm going to make a start on her tomorrow, I think. Need to get some cracking on with some of these figures and models. And then I might have to just put the brass scorpion to one side for a couple of weeks while I get some painting done on other things that I've committed to.
Oh, the poor thing. It's been sat on the shelf for 2 years. It got brought out all excited, and now you're going to put it back on the shelf.
Well, I need to get some of these other things finished.
Does anybody want to have a game of marbles before we finish?
What's that? Okay. See you shortly.
Exclamation mark play if you want to play. Exclamation mark play if you want to play. Are we all in? Pete's in, Wickedy's in, Fizzy Whizzle's in, we're in, Moxie's in. Ah, there's Naz. I think Naz might have a slight delay, I'm not sure. And we are off. So, can anybody remember what the buttons are? I'm terrible at this. You think I'd know what they were by now. And go! What are you doing? Oh, we're in the lead. Yeah, but we won't be though, will we? We won't be in the lead.
Oh no, we're last.
You see? Oh no, we're in the lead again. How can we be going round and round and round like that?
Oh, is this the one that shoots you across the thing?
I'm not entirely sure. Yes, there, look. Oh, Pete's in the lead again. Oh, Fizzy Whizzle. Pete and Fizzy Whizzle are having this like little duo.
Oh, Fizzy Whizzle's.
Where does it go? Oh, over there. Come on, everyone else.
Fizzy Whizzle's going to run away with this.
Come on. What are you all doing? Whee!
Go on, Naz. You can do it.
Yeah, but I don't know why there's two Nazes. There's two Nazes.
I don't know.
Whee! Oh, Moxie's gone. Come on, Pete. Pete, what are you doing?
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh,
Oh, no!
I'm sorry,
Pete. Yeah, oh, he sounded sorry, didn't he? Did you hear that, Pete? Laughing his head off. Oh, ha, ha. Sorry. What's he like? What a git. I would be grumpy, I would. At that kind of... Fizzy Whizzle, well done, well done.
Fizzy Whizzle.
Still don't know why there's two Nazers. Do you get double the win?
I wonder if Naz is the fastest time holder for this course, and that's why
What, he gets two goes?
he gets.
I don't
know.
Previous fastest time. That's what Pete says as well. Why would you get two goes? Oh, is that like how it was last time? So that's like a ghost.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, see, that's very confusing. Does it not know how easily confused I get?
So does that mean that Fizzy Whizzle's now got the new fastest
I don't know. Where's... Oh, waiting for us. Slowly plodding. Yes, ghost replay. Well, thank you, Pete. And I need things explaining to me in a very simple terms. I do get easily confused. Doesn't take a lot at all. Come on us. Come on us.
Our base.
Yay! Well done, Fizzy Whizzle. Yes, at least you didn't fall off that time. Do we want one more go? Yes, I've one more go. One more. Well, I've got it on now. I don't know what most of them are. That's the problem. One last go. One last go. Grab a bite to eat in the diner. What diner? Right, exclamation mark play! Exclamation mark play! Exclamation mark play! You still with us, Moxie? 3 in a row. Come on, Naz, get your exclamation mark plays in. There you go. It's much better now I've figured out how to put our names on. It's hard, all this remembering.
I know, you do an awesome job.
Oh.
But Pete the Priest's got the fastest time on this one.
Oh, you see that? See, I'm happy now that makes sense. What's down? Here we go. Can Pete beat his previous time?
He's racing against himself.
Ah! What happened there?
I don't know.
Where are we? Oh, it's far too fast. I've got my mouse stuck on my tissue from painting. That's what's happening. Oh, look at those dastardly little wobbly things. There, them red things.
Yeah, I look like that.
Oh, that's not very good, is it? Well, at least we all made it through, I think. Oh, Pete, you've overtaken your previous time. How is it fixed? Overtaking your previous time.
Who's in the lead? Naz is in the lead. Fizzy Whizzle's back in the lead. Is Fizzy Whizzle going to run 2 in the bounce?
Are we going to get... Oh, you get a super... Oh, we're just going round and round and round and round and round. Oh, no! Pete's fallen off! What happened, Pete? What you doing? Think everybody else is okay? Come on, Wicked D. What you doing? Chunkster. Oh no, Wicked D's fallen off!
Moxie wins.
I don't think I should mention your name, that's what it is. As soon as you mention your name.
They're listening to us. The marbles are listening.
Marbles listening in? I don't think so. Whoop. Come on, Chunkster, you can do it. I can't fix it. Well done, Moxie. Well done, Moxie. Well done. Moxie was first, Fizzy Whizzle second, Naz was third, we were fourth, Chunkster was fifth, and then two other people that just disappeared. I don't know what that was all about. Right, we're back to you.
Awesome. Right then, so this guy's dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that stone grey again that we used on the base the first time round. We're just going to get it on a small dry brush, like so, and get most of that off there. Get most of that off, and then just give it a good going over on the edges and on this stonework on the base there. All these little moulded rocks and things. So if the base has like more of a defined lip like this, and I can't speak. Forgotten how to speak.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's got more of a lip like that, then what I try and do is maybe go around afterwards and paint the whole edge of the base, depending on how I think it looks once I've finished doing this dry brushed layer. So we're just going to give it a good going over with the stone grey. One brush full of paint should normally do a regular figure's base. So there we go. Stone grey. See how it's pooled a little bit more around the back of his feet? That's not necessarily a big problem because that means it stands out a little bit better against the base. Right, and then we're going to move over to some, where are we? The weathered stone. So I use this as my top layer for bases, some Reaper weathered stones. We're just going to do the same with that. I'm not going to bother moving over to a different brush. We're not going to wash the brush out or anything. We're just going to plough straight in to the next highlight.
And why is that then?
Because if you wash your brush out and it's a dry brush, then you'll need to get a different dry brush out because you normally have made the brush so wet you can't get a dry brush of paint onto your model. So seeing as we're in the same kind of colour spectrum, grey, maybe not the right terminology, but seeing as we're in the same kind of colour zone, shall we say, no need to worry about washing the brush out. Just the paint's already in the palette, just plough straight. So quick brush over the top. Give it a little. There, I probably will go around the edge and do the whole base separately. And then if you want a little bit lighter stone, you can see that alright. If you want a little bit lighter stone on the base, then you can maybe mix a little bit of white in it, or go pure white. But if your base is too bright, it will detract from the mini. So this is about as light as I normally go with the weathered stone. Have to be quite careful not to brush the feet of your figure, but there, something like that. Now you can see, because I've dry brushed, you can see that mould line really obviously across the back. I've run out. Mrs. MLG is just going to go and get me a drink because she loves me. So, here we are. I'm going to nick Mrs. MLG's tweezers out of her painting pot. So we're going to disguise that mould line with some tufts. So we're going to use these Gamer's Grass 2mm tufts that I have in the drawer. And these are tiny moss tufts. So we've got a couple of, these are the darkest ones that we have. Ah, beautiful. These are the darkest ones we've got. And these are just self-adhesive little tufts. Most tufts follow the same kind of thing. So you pluck one of those off with your tweezers. And
Those tweezers?
your tweezers. I've dropped it. What have I done with it? What have I done with it?
It's under your hand.
Epic fail. There you go. So just on the bottom of these tufts is a little adhesive patch. Now you can put glue on them, should you so wish, but normally the adhesive on them is sufficient. Although not in that case because I've dropped it and now I can't find which side up it should be, so let's get a different one. So I'm just going to position that near that little mould line. I'm just going to put a couple of these in there, like so. Look, it's as if it was never there, apart from on this side, so I just need to get a little one and hide it from that side. So he stood on a bit of rocky ground with some like dark mossy coloured grass growing on it. And that bit, and then I'll have another bit just over the side here near this foot. It's quite easy to go over the top with Tufts, and they look more realistic, or I think anyway. So where you've got these stones on the it was on my hand apparently, stuck to the back of my hand. So where you've got these like stones and things modelled onto the base, or if you apply little boulders and stuff, you find that like the grass will grow around the edges of like rocks and stuff. So if you position it like so around the edge of the little grass, you'll get like a little tuft growing in the where the soil collects around the edge of rocks and things like that. And there you go, for a standard figure. Let's move our pile of tufts out of the way. How's that? So there we go. So I'll go around and I'll just paint the edge of the base again with that stone grey, so it looks all filled in. But very simply, that is how I do the majority of my D&D fantasy figures for some basing. Don't always use the tufts if I think that the base itself looks okay. Once I've dry brushed it up, I generally don't bother putting the tufts on, but this guy I thought he needed a little bit of something down the bottom there. And tufts come in all manner of colours, different shades of green, brown. You can get some longer ones. We've got some that look like heather and all sorts of different effects. And in the Vallejo range that we've got in, they've got some neon tufts. They look particularly cool, so they're different kind of like fiery colours and things. So if you wanted it to look more like an alien world, you do some that are blue to purple neon, and yeah, just pretty much anything you can think of. You can get like flower tufts and all sorts of stuff, and just applying some of those onto a very simply dry brushed base can make a massive difference to the appearance of your figure. So there you go. Hopefully that's useful. And what we will do is create a little YouTube video and try and make it under 10 minutes, because I have a penchant for waffling when we get on the YouTube videos. But we'll try and produce a little YouTube video that shows how we build up texture on a base where there isn't any. So for example, might use this chap who I've stuck in, because this guy is going to need his base building up. So this is the WizKids Manticore figure, which is about $8.99. Now he comes with a round base, which is like a 50-60mm round base, but I decided it wasn't big enough. So I've stuck him on this Reaper 3-inch base, which I've put him on upside down because this flat edge, and then by the time he's at this stone, he'd be quite high up, and I didn't want him to be towering above figures that were alongside him, just because his base was so much bigger. So I've stuck him in to the recess on the bottom of the base instead. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some basing material, some like filler type stuff, to build up the base up to this bit of rock that he stood on, and we'll build a bit of texture up in there. So I think this might be the figure that we use for our little YouTube basing video. And we'll show you what we do with those. So we'll try and get that done over the next week and show you some different effects. So there we go. Knight of the Realm, I'm going to declare him finished, and I'm going to submit this chap for my player character for the Reaper Challenge League for May. And Wiki D says that's the sort of thing she meant. She bought some round bases to put her minis on, but there was a lot of disc left that looked a bit odd. Yes. Which bases did you get? Oh, sorry. Right, so yeah, there's a few different ones. So I use on some figures, depending on like how much material is on the base of the figure. So this is a mimic that I've been started to paint. I haven't quite finished it yet, but this is a Reaper mimic, and it comes with this like little moulded bit that looks as if it's kind of jumping off the ground. And this is a Renedra paved base, so it's a 25mm plastic base that's got this paved effect like moulded into it on the top. So you don't want to be working on top of that like if you stuck this guy on top of one of those, he's going to look a bit odd because he's like already got a moulded base on it. But for something like this mimic or a skeleton from GW or whatever that's just got feet and then you glue the feet onto the base, these kind of bases are perfect. So maybe worth looking at if you don't like doing a lot of basing work. They were fine. Alright, wickedy. So yeah, so that kind of thing, we'll cover that in our little video about how to fill the gaps in the slots and what have you, if that's the bases that you're using. But we can definitely go over that. A lot of the techniques are the same depending on what bases you're going to use. So I think we'll call it a night for tonight. We've only run over by 20 minutes. We've had 4 games of marbles or 5 games of marbles, have we? That's been pretty cool. Thanks everybody for watching, and tune in tomorrow night where I will be painting Pirate and Mrs. MLG will be painting a mystery figure. Mystery model. So we'll be on for an hour from 7 o'clock tomorrow until Goblin Squire at 8.
At this rate, it might be this zombie dragon still, because it's taking forever.
Awesome. See you tomorrow, race. Bye, Pete the Priest. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Take it easy. Thanks, Moxie. See you later.